Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Don't Gaslight Me, Jesus, a dungeon crawler Carl reading and rereading podcast and member of the Sanderlanche Podcast Network. This week, we're going to be discussing chapters 24 through 27 of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is, I didn't mention last time, but that takes us to the end of part 1 of the book. If anyone even remembered, this was a book that had part 1 and part 2 and however many parts. In these chapters, we get a couple more boss fights, including a borough boss, and then we head down the stairs to the second floor. So, some kind of fun stuff, I feel like. I'm Data, and with me today is...
I'm Mike.
And I'm Timmy.
No Jennifer this week. One of the reasons that I like having the 4 people format here is because if one person can't make it, it allows us to still have enough people for a decent conversation. So that is the plan. If there's one person who can't make it, then we keep going.
I guess I'll leave then.
Go away.
All right. You guys have fun.
Jennifer's out raising money for breast cancer awareness tonight, so it's kind of hard to be like, hey, you should do this instead. What kind of asshole?
This was obviously far more important.
Please, talk about the book. She might be doing it right now at the charity.
I wonder if she's even read the chapters knowing that she wasn't going to be here. She might wait till next time to even bother. Anyway, let's get into this, guys. Welcome, crawlers, to the end of the first floor. So yeah, solid 4 chapters this time. What did you guys think of these 4 chapters?
I was so happy that Morty was back. I was so happy to see that rat man. It's good to see Carl kind of coming into his own. Something I'm really starting to suspect, because it was said earlier, is the fact that the wisdom stat was hidden in this game. Instead of in previous ones, they were visible, but they would affect people's decisions or something. But I have a feeling that Carl might have a pretty high wisdom stat, considering all the stuff he's been the plans he's been putting together, and also that determine value skill that he still doesn't know what it does. I think that might be coming into it too, but seems to be really kind of coming into his own. I'm happy to see it. And we're getting way more hints at the higher echelons and the conspiracy, what made this game and all these worlds that are part of it. So that's been fun so far.
I think what they said was, or what Mordecai said, I should say, was that the wisdom stat is hidden now because they found that like directly changing it affected people's personalities.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you can't see it, and it may be possible to like indirectly affect it, but you're not going to get like equipment that increases your wisdom by 3 or anything anymore, because I guess that did strange things.
Gotcha. But yeah, he seems to be kind of adept at this. Seems to have a knack for it. So I wonder about that stat sometimes when it comes to him.
It's probably a good idea for him to be the planner of his of this duo, since Donut doesn't seem like much of a planner.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed these chapters. A lot happened. Like a shit ton happened. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think this may be the shortest segment that we've read text-wise so far, but it was packed with some stuff, all right.
Was this done like mathematically, like all the other ones, or did you just go right to the end of part 1?
No, it is just math. Yep.
I love how that worked out after the last couple of times where it was like right before a cliffhanger. We got 2 finale stuff in this. the boss fight with the buff swole lizard, and then the boss fight with the ball of swine. It was fun. This is fun. It felt like the exact opposite of the other like little bits of chapters where you're just like, all right, gotta wait 2 weeks. Stop right here, right as they're about to do something. He threw a grenade. What happens, kids? So yeah, this was a fun one.
I didn't know we would deal with the giant ball of death this quickly.
So quickly? Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Yeah.
I thought we were going to grind longer. But no, grinding was pretty quick. And I also wondered if we were going to get really dark and grind on some of those old people, you know?
And be like, I'm sorry, Grandma, but you're worth a little bit of experience, and I'm almost to level 10, so...
Despite what we were just talking about, when you said you were going to grind on some old people, that was not the first meaning of the word that was in my mind. And I was like, what?
Well, there was dance club music at one point, so...
True.
When in Rome, grind on old people.
I dug it. I dug these chapters. This was fun. And nice little ending spot. I can't wait to start the next bit. This was a fun group. I like this one.
That's my medicine. Ow, my back.
It is nice to have a natural sort of stopping point to end on, huh? Where it's just like, okay, yeah, that feels like we got we finished a thing.
Yeah, this is the first time that's ever mathematically just happened, and I was like, was this on purpose?
I can't.
That's cool that it was just math.
Math is our friend. Yep. It's actually kind of funny. Next time is gonna be the biggest segment of text that we've done so far in the book, and this was the smallest. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shit. Interesting how that worked out.
Oh, she's gonna have a shit ton of read for the next time. Jesus.
It's not much more. It's just because I keep it within a certain range, but it just is coincidentally the largest one. But
hell yeah, I look forward to it.
But yeah, like Timmy said, like it did feel like it was just naturally like ending on cliffhangers, and we got resolutions galore. We also got some reveals. We got some surprises. We got a little twist at the end, because I was like half certain that my prediction from last time was going to come true, especially towards the end when everyone was kind of deciding what they wanted to do next. And I was like, oh, are we doing a rescue mission still? And you know, that is not what happened. So, but I would have been down for that, because it seems to be in line with Carl's characterization. He's desperately trying to be the good guy in all of these situations. So that's been fun.
Yeah, and you guys had some level of confidence last time that you're like, I think the whole first book is going to be the first floor.
Yeah.
And we immediately just
wrapped it up.
You in the balls on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we were instantly wrong. I love when that happens.
All right, well, I guess let's start moving through these chapters, y'all.
Yes, sir.
We start out with chapter 24, where the chapter header is a big buff lizard, which I guess spoiler for how that boss is going to go. It turns out to be a big buff lizard, but they entered the gym last time, which they was like, this is going to be the boss room. And he says, this is way smaller than the last boss room. Can't throw a stick of dynamite in here. No siree. Honestly, he said that, and I was like, we're gonna throw a stick of dynamite at some point, are we? Now that you've just like put that out there. But no, he didn't.
You know, yeah, he didn't use any, because they set up that it was an enclosed space and it was very small, so explosion would have just been a bet. When I first saw the description of the guy, all I thought of was Finn from Adventure Time, and it was just like, I'm a buff baby who can dance like a man. I can shake on my fanny, I can shake on my can.
I've never actually watched Adventure Time.
Really?
No.
My God.
One of these days, probably. I mean, I love John DiMaggio, so...
And it's some of his best work.
It really is.
One day, I shall. Where's that streaming anyway? Well, now we're gonna find out, if anywhere.
HBO Max, most likely, because they own Cartoon Network.
It is on Hulu.
It's on Hulu now? Isn't that ending? Isn't that getting taken down?
I don't know.
Hulu?
Not on HBO Max, though, I guess. At least not anymore. It looks like it was.
Yeah, I thought Hulu was being sunsetted or whatever by Disney.
I mean,
whatever.
If they just wrap all the content into Disney Plus, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
I think that's the idea. They're going to wrap in the back end between the two.
I'm okay with this. But yes, we get a gym that is staffed and by these lizards that we've been fighting, and also there's some in there that I guess are working out, why not? But the big guy that they see admiring himself in the mirror as he's curling some dumbbells is this enormous lizard guy who I love the description. It's like Carl's like, this is some guy from our world, but like mashed up with one of these troglodyte guys. And it's just like muscles beyond what any normal body could possibly sustain. He's got like these cartoonish proportions where his arms can't even go all the way down because they're so muscular, and his legs like have to
Swollen. John Swolman.
It says his thighs are the size of beer kegs, so he has to move around in like this wide stance waddle.
Which I really thought, upon the description, that meant that Carl was going to have to get in close and just beat the ever-living shit out of the guy because he couldn't move much. And it was just like vanity muscles, and he's like, I can't bend over, bro. Stop doing this, bro. That's where I thought that was going.
A series of low kicks like Street Fighter. It's like low kick, low kick.
Stop it, bro. That's cheap, bro.
You know, his limited mobility, like that being, because that's like a big thing with like some of these real big dudes. Was like I thought the same thing, and I thought that he was going to be jumping on his back or some bullshit. Or the dumbest thing I could think of actually was knocking him on his back, and then he just couldn't get the fuck up. Would have been funny.
A turtle situation, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Actually.
Could do like hunters in Halo. Just get behind him, just keep whacking him in the back. Hey, stop it, bro. What is this, bro?
Stop shooting my weak spot, bro. You know I'm made of worms, bro.
Now the hunters are all going to be saying bro in my brain. Yep. Okay.
Dude.
I didn't consent to back shots, bro.
Consent, it's a big deal, bro.
Just slowly back and forth trying to waddle around. That's what I thought. Reading the description, I was like, I see what I was wrong.
Our impression, it's slowly he's turning into PC Principal from South Park.
Little bit, bro.
Little bit, man. Little bit, bro.
He has those stupid reflective glasses that every man over 30 has.
Oh, God. Hey, just a second, bro. I got to go to my truck, and I got to put on this baseball cap, and I got to make a video about my opinions on the internet, bro.
He doesn't really move much throughout the course of the fight. He's kind of
he seems to just be he's like Donkey Kong, just like throwing barrels, but instead it's just weights thrown all around the place.
Again, I was like, once he closes that distance, he's gonna see this guy can't touch his fucking sides. Like, just crouch and punch.
Just dick shot right every time.
Dick shot will work, but nah, that isn't how it went. I honestly thought it was going to.
Donut calls out the description she's like, some of these descriptions are cheesier than like that Knight Rider show you love so much, which I love that Carl loves Knight Rider. That's hilarious.
Knight Rider keeps catching strays in this book.
But Michael, I can only use my turbo boost once per episode.
This is the Juicer, with a body enhanced by the finest anabolic steroids the dark web has to offer. The Juicer spends his days pushing iron, snapping necks, and I like the note. It's like all he ever wanted was to gain, but he's reached a plateau, and now rage fills his enlarged heart.
Boom, 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 boom. Like you can hear it in the room across him.
I just loved him dropping the weights and just like shattering the floor. And I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a fun one.
And the fight starts off with him being like, bro, I need a spot, bro. And then chucking one of these giant free weights at him. And apparently, when he throws them through the air, they burst into flames and then explode when they hit. So these are some serious weights.
Yes. He's got a hell of a fucking throw on him.
He really does. And Carl and Donut have planned ahead of time. He's going to use these fog scrolls to make fog that only they can see through. And then Donut shoots the boss in the head with full strength magic missiles while Carl cleans up the minions. So fair plan.
Yeah.
And it basically works as planned for most of it anyway. While the guy can't see, he's just chucking weights every which way. Carl starts destroying the smaller lizards. Bro, I can't see, bro.
I thought that the fog was going to instantly fail, and he was going to be like, I can still smell you, bro.
Like, smell your weakness, bro.
Sticks out his tongue and tastes the air.
Hey, yeah, get some of that lizard in him. You got
it
that
tastes
lizard
like bitch in here.
But no, it actually works well, except for the fact that each scroll lasts 15 seconds when Carl casts them, so it's not long.
Skill issue.
Wait, don't they? Wait, wasn't there like a thing like when they first came in here where they just like instantly shotgun blast the person at the front desk?
Yes, there was one lizard at the front desk, and
oh my god, that made me laugh.
Waste him. Yep.
It was like he wasn't doing anything. He probably was an NPC.
No, he hisses at them, and then Donut shoots him in the head.
I just love that, like, she like blew his head off at the moment of like any kind of aggression, and it's just like, we're not taking any fucking chances in this room. It was
a boss
great.
room, you know.
It is.
Yeah, nothing about the dungeon has been fair, so
it was just funny how abrupt it was. Didn't even give the man a chance to react. It was hilarious.
Hey, at least he wasn't a baby, you know?
That's true, but we can't tell with lizards. They're very short-lived.
Well, especially these ones, because they die real quick in here.
They die real quick.
But one of my favorite bits is as Carl's trying to kill these guys, one of them shoots at his tongue, and Carl grabs it midair, and then it tries to, like, reel the tongue back in, and instead reels itself in to Carl's hand, and is just, like, biting his hand.
I was really hoping for a Dragon Ball kind of move where he was just going to be spinning that motherfucker around and hitting people with him.
He did.
Yeah. Kind of does for a second. Yeah.
He beats another one of the guys to death with that guy, and they both die, but the head is still attached to his hand.
Man, I was really hoping that was going to be like his punching glove weapon for the rest of the... But he just rips the thing off eventually.
You're like my lizard skin glove. Yeah, there you go. It says
Skull Basher.
The teeth remain painfully attached to his wrist, and it's like I was wearing a bizarre boxing glove made of troglodyte head. Bits of gore and bone still hung from the neck hole. So yeah, that's nice.
Delicious.
Yeah. He even gets an achievement later on. 2 chicks at one time for beating someone to death with the body of someone else. Or with the living body of someone else who also dies in the process.
You finish someone else with someone else.
Yeah, it's and by the time he's taken out all the little guys, Donut has got 2/3 of the juicer's health gone, and the whole top of his body is blackened from these magic missiles scorching him. And, yeah, he's bro, not cool. That was my bro. He's as Carl has a dead head on his hand.
You can have him back. Throw it at him.
I know we've moved past the plan, but I don't actually agree with Donut and Carl's plan here.
No.
Shouldn't Donut be doing the killing off the mooks?
I mean, I get in this case, I feel like it works because the boss was more or less immobile.
Yeah.
And so if Carl had gone up and taken him one-on-one, things might not have gone that well.
Yeah.
But in another situation where the boss was mobile, maybe you're right. I don't know.
Because she has like no constitution, and that's what I was thinking too when I was reading it. But I was just like, I mean, I guess if she just keeps moving, it's fine. But yeah, he's the heavy. He should be tanking. This is MMO rules, not MMA rules.
I mean, once he does get to like grappling range with this guy, he almost dies. Carl.
Yes, it did not go well.
But yeah, after he takes out all the little guys, he goes in, he gets in close, takes one of the big bench press poles with 250 pounds of weight still on it and uses it to bash the guy. And we later have Mordecai being like, look, I get that it seems like 250 pounds of weight smashing into a guy should be better than you just punching him, but it's not.
Yeah, it feels like with a 100 strength, you should be able to pull that bowstring back really hard and shoot that arrow really, but it ain't gonna happen. you stick to your skill sets. Your stats have more meaning here than they do in the real world.
I love how Mordecai also told him that, use your fist instead. In the exact moment where he got a gauntlet of magic that allows him to just punch with the gauntlet, I'm like, We just told him to use your bare hands, and now he doesn't have to use his bare hands.
It still technically uses his bare hand
It's
skills.
the same skill. Yeah, it's unarmed in the game, so it's all the same. But I thought that was funny, where I was just like, yeah, if that was said earlier before he had the badass construct gauntlet that just appears whenever he flexes.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of breaking my hands when I fight every guy. So, I get that the bonus is better, but yeah, now he's got the gauntlet.
Still
so
no pants.
Best of both worlds. But yeah, still no pants, no shoes.
This motherfucker never getting pants and shoes.
I hope he never does.
He's gonna go every floor of this dungeon, 18 books. Never once is he gonna see a pair of pants. And if he does, they're gonna be a monster, and he has to kill a pair of pants. And when he breaks it, it's gonna be shredded.
Set up your bingo cards now, because next time he gets pants, probably.
I mean, with our luck, yes.
Yes.
Although I do want him to fight pants. That'd be fun. That's my guess. He's fighting pants.
My greatest hope became my greatest enemy.
It's gonna be like the who did that song? It's the Lonely Island song, "Punch You in the Jeans."
That's right. Gonna punch him in the jeans.
There's even a bit in there about how it's like, I don't even care if somebody's wearing them. I just want to punch jeans. So that's what it is.
God, I wish I could remember that the name of the denim superhero from My Hero Academia.
It wasn't a genius.
Yeah, Geniusts. Yeah. God, that was so fucking stupid.
Genist. Okay, I was thinking you were saying genius, but genist. Okay, that makes sense.
That's kind of what it is, though, because he's like super smart too. So, but his whole outfit is denim, and it comes up around his collar.
His superhero mask is the jean top. He's stupid.
Well, yeah, I just brought up a picture of this guy. Huh.
It's so funny and stupid. Hey, you at home, please Google a picture of Genus. It's really funny.
We're gonna put the picture of him on this podcast. Now you can see it. There you go.
He's the recipient of the Best Genist Award for 8 consecutive years. Well, there you go.
You made an award of yourself for yourself. Now that's chaos theory.
Oh gosh. Okay.
It's that picture of Obama giving himself the medal.
Yeah, exactly. Except it's some jeans. It's a medal shaped like jeans, or some jeans in the shape of a medal, or both. I don't know. It can be both. But anyway, Carl gets in and he starts beating on this guy, and he at first it seems like he has him. Like he knocks him down. He starts just punching him, and he's like, "Stop! Ow! No, bro, that hurts." And then I feel kind of bad for the guy. I forget for a moment that he was just slinging enormous, burning, exploding weights at them, and I'm like, dude, you gotta just keep punching him.
And then you gotta wonder, they found this guy. He was probably crushed while doing a 2 a.m. workout or some shit, and then he got turned into this fucking lizard thing.
Mm-hmm.
That guy had a hell of an end of life plan there.
Well, now he's permanently swole. That's what he always wanted. Except
that's what he always wanted.
Not so much. But just when Carl thinks it's over, or it's about to be over, dude reaches up. It's as fast as a snake and grabs him. And then the tables turn. He gets his hand around Carl's neck. He's like, "This is gonna hella burn."
I thought that he was gonna make some kind of pun there, where he was like, "Now you get juiced" or some bullshit.
Oh,
because he's called the juicer, and I was just like, now you feel the grip of the juice.
I've never thought about him being called the juicer, and as he's gonna kill Carl, he's like, "I'm gonna juice you." That's disturbing.
Protein shake.
Extra meaty.
Donut, who has no more MP, has to jump in and do what Carl's been telling her to do for many chapters now, which is use that strength, get involved. And she just starts ripping the guy up.
Dude, I thought that she was spinning it like a corkscrew, and she was going to literally burrow through the motherfucker.
Palpatine across the room.
I thought she was fucking hollowing him out from the inside.
It does say green red tissue goes flying like she's a potato peeler.
Mm. Oh yeah, I thought she was just slicing and dicing into him.
And then she bites through like one of these enormous neck veins, and it says blood sprays out like she's just struck oil. But then he knocks her back. It says he barely hit her, but she goes flying across the room, and there's a crunch.
Yeah, that hit me like a fucking ton of bricks, because at first I thought this was going to turn into a funny moment where Carl was like didn't know what was happening, and then she was going to come out of his chest like a chest burster from like Alien, and she was going to be like, "I did it, Carl. Are you proud of me, Carl?" And she's just covered in fucking viscera and blood, and then she gets knocked back, and I was just like, "Oh no, don't!" Because I didn't realize just how attached I was getting to these fucking characters. Like I was actually legitimately worried about the cat.
Yeah, it is interesting. This is the first time she's been in like peril, I guess. So, or this directly anyway.
Yeah, I kept waiting for her to get poisoned randomly, and they couldn't cure her for whatever reason, and it would just be this slow ticking clock or some shit. Like, and then something like this happens, and like, nope, crunch straight into a fucking wall, like Superman 2.
Oh, also, I have to pause for a moment to issue a correction. Adventure Time is indeed on HBO Max. Just Google didn't tell me that when I Googled where to stream it.
Oh, Google's terrible at telling you what things stream on because of their stupid fucking AI.
Yep, it just lies to you.
Lies.
Fucking clankers.
The AI was like, it's probably not there. And just, there you go. That's your answer.
I can use that word. I have robot friends.
You don't have robot friends.
You have no robot.
Craig's my friend.
Okay.
Now recording.
There you go.
I identify as an android. So
classic Craig.
I am deeply offended.
Oh yeah, right. We're friends with Data too. So yeah, there you go.
But Carl finally takes the guy out. Like now that after Donut weakens him by piercing that major artery, he goes down and Carl just like finishes him off. It's just with a weak jab. And just before he dies, he's like, "I'm proud of you, bro. You fought through the pain."
I love that he had 1 HP left, and all he had to do was just to smack him one time.
He was a good bro.
He was a good bro. In the end, the bro came out.
Knowing what we know now, later when Mordecai talks about what happened here, I wonder if just cutting the artery gave him a debuff to 1 HP.
Like,
and no matter, yeah. So like, because it's just coincidental that like, oh, of course he was left with just 1 jab left would kill him. But I'm like, if that was like an in-game debuff to just put him down to 1 HP, that makes sense.
I hadn't thought about it that way, but that would make complete sense. You're right. Since that was his weakness, if it's like initiate weakness, reach, or if you had to, maybe you have to like, it's like if you get him down halfway and then you hit the weak spot, he goes all the way, something like that.
Now, just because of that earlier conversation, I'm just imagining that scene from Return of the Jedi when he takes the mask off of Vader and he goes, "Mean overhead swing, bro. Proud of you, bro."
It's funny. I never thought much about it before, but as I was reading these chapters for this record, I was like, would it be just like Inception if they actually made an RPG video game based off of these books? And you could go and fight the juicer, and you had to hit the weak spot or whatever.
It'd be fun.
I think, like, you mean make a game based off of the books, like specifically, right. Like, yeah. I feel like if you did that, you would actually have to add an entirely extra layer of fourth wall breaking because you yourself are a player playing as a character in the thing.
Yeah,
I think that could work. Because you could really play with the extra fourth wall breaking that you're doing there.
They are coming out with a tabletop RPG based on the books, but
that does sound like fun.
I feel like it must be on the DM a lot to as the AI come up with all the fun like achievement or sarcastic descriptions or something, but maybe not. Maybe they do some of that work for you. I'll be curious to see when it comes out.
Sure, they would have placeholder ones, especially all the ones from the books too.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of existent ones. That's a good point. And so yes, after the guy dies and the winner graphic pops up, Carl's already over there like, "No, Donut, don't do this. Don't you die on me." And she's like, and he's he tries to use the heal critter scroll, but she's no longer a pet. She's a crawler, so it does not work. And he gets a message that's like, you just wasted a valuable scroll, dumbass. Which is great. And his heal spell only works on himself. He can't use that. She's taken a mana potion, and she has a really long potion cooldown, and he can't tell looking at her if she's reached it or not. And I love, it works in the story, but it's also good because it gives us more game mechanic information. But he has to sit there and he's like, okay, let me test if I try to drink a potion before the cooldown myself, what happens, so I know whether or not I can try to do it on her. And he drinks a health potion, says it tastes like kiwi juice, and then drinks another one immediately and becomes poisoned. But the poison is negated, so it's all good.
It's going to come in handy later when he's PvPing.
Maybe.
Oh, most definitely. When that happened, I was like, he's going to fight somebody, somebody's going to drink a potion, and then he's going to throw one into their mouth. No, you don't.
You wonder if the poison stacks and you could literally waterboard someone with a health potion to death.
Oh, that's deeply disturbing, actually.
Yeah. I regret it at the moment I said it. Anyway, continue. I could see that happening in this fucking book series, though, because now this book puts me into that kind of state of mind where I'm like, oh, we're getting introduced to all these fun new game mechanics. How are we going to use them in just the most fucking disturbing way possible?
I mean, it's all torture. It's like Saw, but a video game.
It's all fun and games until the torture comes out. Then the real fun begins.
And he's like, Donut, stay with me. And then there's a crack as her broken leg magically resets itself and she starts healing. He's like, okay, good. And she's like, Carl, is that you, Carl? Did we get him? We got him, Donut. You saved my life. And then she goes, I've been grievously injured in battle. I've made the ultimate sacrifice. And she goes through this whole thing, like, Miss Beatrice will be most displeased. I'm Ferdinand, tell him I loved him. I loved him ever since I first saw him. I see the light, Carl. This mortal coil is shed. He's like, oh, get up. Help me loot all this crap. I just love that he's so concerned for her, and then she starts playing it up. He's like, okay, well, you killed the moment. Thank you.
At first, I was wondering if she wasn't realizing how much she was healing by, and she really did think that she was dying, and it was Carl that was noticing. And I was wondering, like, what joke we were going with at the end of the scene, because I'm just like, is Carl gonna just eventually goes like, "You're fucking healed, get up," and she'd be like, "I'm okay. Oh my god, I'm okay."
Nope. She's got to be mean to him.
She's just got to be a bitch. Just a stupid bitch.
She throws in a couple of fake coughs, and he's like, "Oh my god." And then we also get a little more information about the as they loot the entire room, about the inventory system, where he's like, yeah, it's actually really cool. You can pick up, like, I pick up this whole cabinet and the inventory system sorts it for me, and it's like, look, there was this bottle of Johnny Walker hiding in there somewhere, and I can just pull that right out.
I want that in an actual game. That sounds amazing.
I keep thinking like shit like that is what the determined value thing is. Like, he'll look at a thing and he'll be like, yep, I'm taking it. And he just instinctively knows things will just be worth something, or they have something of value to them.
Yeah, it is interesting that we'll get to the second one in a second, but he's had his specific potions to upgrade his determined value twice, that skill. And it's like, why does that keep getting called out? What is that going to do?
It has to come back. Like, it's Chekhov's potion at that point. Like, what does that mean?
And their next stop after they take everything that they can carry in the gym is back to Mordecai. And we find out that Mordecai can give us information. After they face the bosses, he can break down the fights and tell us, like, here's what you could have done differently. Here's what you should improve for next time. Really extremely useful, honestly, is Mordecai here. He even goes like, oh, brilliant move the way you killed off that goblin boss. They can be tough.
Nice for the, like, conscious to have someone come in and go, no, that was a great call. Yeah, kill all those children.
Screw them.
You don't know it yet, but goblin children, they tunnel into your ocular cavity.
They eat your brain.
They're the most dangerous of all the goblins. They're venomous.
Just like regular children.
Right through the ocular cavity.
Right through the ocular, right into your brain.
Breastfeeding for goblin mothers is really dangerous. You don't even know.
It's a Mexican standoff.
You got to get your eye guard out. It's just an iron plate you put over your face.
How hungry are you, kid? Hold a knife to the baby as it eats.
Don't you try nothing.
Move. Yep.
That's how Klingon children are raised.
Probably, yeah. We also find out that how long or how effective a scroll is, so in the case of confusing fog, how long it lasts, is based on your intelligence score. So if you've given those to Donut to cast, they would have lasted 120 seconds each instead of 15 seconds each.
Really good to know now, because everything is now derived attributes. So give shit to people who have the highest attribute to that. Love it.
And that's also why her potion cooldown is way longer than his, because apparently that's constitution based. And Donut's in the corner opening her boxes and getting pissed off over and over at just like more and more torches appearing.
Yeah.
God, that made me laugh. There's so many fucking games where that's like a thing for me too.
And she has the torch spell now, so she literally needs none of those.
It's like opening a bunch of chests in a video game, and it's like, you found plates and glasses. Oh, well, great. Thanks.
My dumbass still taking all of them.
I know. I'm going to sell all of it. Each one is worth 1 gold, so that's just $1.
Yep.
Donut should have kept all of those torches.
$20 is $20.
And what else did we get here? She gets some healing scrolls. Oh, Mordecai mentions that's like if she picks a class or race with a high base constitution, that'll help her improve that. And she says, I'm not going to be changing. I am already one of God's most perfect creatures. In fact, I'm going to have to insist Carl choose a cat race as well. And Carl's over here like, no, that's not going to happen.
He could be Khajiit. They get bonus to unarmed.
There you go.
And Donut gets a new spell, Puddle Jumper, which lets her transport with herself and up to 3 people to somewhere within line of sight. So that's pretty useful.
I was kind of hoping for a hover spell. Like she could like bounce on bounce in midair or some shit. Like she gets like a double jumps or triple jumps or something. Like,
I mean, she can already jump super high, apparently.
She can. But you always need a double jump.
I mean, double jump never hurts. That's for sure.
Jumper was Stargate, right?
Yes.
Stargate Atlantis.
Yes, Stargate Atlantis had puddle jump. Those were their shuttlecrafts.
Yeah. I think they may have been introduced in SG1, but yeah, they use puddle jumpers because the Stargate has like a watery puddle look, and they went between them in the ship, so they were puddle jumpers.
Yeah. That was the era of Stargate where it just basically just became a Star Trek universe.
Good.
They had shuttlecraft, they had spaceships, they had all. I showed you the capital ship. It looks just like the Starcraft battle cruiser. Yeah.
Which one of the capital ships? Hold on.
I think the Daedalus.
Okay, the Daedalus class was this is the second round of capital ships that they made. Now, I like the Prometheus, the original. It's pretty cool. But...
It was really cool. I love Thor, driving the thing.
Although I think the term puddle jumper is much older than that. It like small planes or something were called.
Oh yeah. I think they were like amphibious planes that could like make water landings and stuff.
Anyway, Stargate, good show. I like SG1. I never got that into Atlantis, although like Kaylee shows up later, so can appreciate that.
And that's how we got the Momoa.
That's true. That is the first time I ever saw Momoa. I'd kind of forgotten that until you said it. He's got his giant dreadlocks and stuff.
Before he became swole bro.
He's pretty swole on that show, but
he was action bro. He wasn't swole bro yet.
Fair. Mordecai tells Donut, keep working on your jumps, or not your jumps, keep working on your dodge skill. It's level 4, and once it hits level 5, it'll be way easier for you to dodge attacks. So pretty useful, potentially.
Potentially. That was one of those things where it's like, it's always like day in Africa or something. Like, who gives a... Like, of course, increasing a stat makes it better. What kind of
fair?
Yeah, I was like, look. I'm gonna go stupid for a second because I was like, I read that and I was like, that's terrible advice. Of course, that's true. Increase your skill and it gets better. But then I was like, there's gonna be something else though. It's like a benchmark point.
Yeah, level 5. I think all the skills at level at increment levels have like special things that get added to them.
So now maybe she like covers more distance, or maybe she I don't know, she's a cat, so maybe she like disappears as she does that, giving her iframes. Maybe I don't know. Oh,
Maybe projectiles
I need to explain an iframe to people who don't know what an iframe is.
Yes.
There's in video games there are animations that while they're doing the animation, you're actually invincible. So they're called iframes, invincible frames. You can't take damage during an animation.
That makes sense. But actually, you raised a good point that I hadn't thought of. But it's like, how does he tells her keep working on that? Well, how do you work on leveling up the skill? You use the skill. So she was just, if he hadn't said that, she would just not dodge attacks. Like she's going to continue dodging attacks.
Yeah.
I'm just
like Breeze kills her.
Carl, I'm going to stand right here. You just keep kicking me in the face until my stats go up. Okay.
Oh, now we're training like Saiyans.
Yeah.
Carl's kicks are like his most powerful attacks, so you shouldn't use that on Donut.
No, but I mean, if we're gonna learn how to dodge and it's Dragon Ball rules, you just do the Dragon Ball bridge thing. Just throw him in a mountain and just yell "dodge."
If you can dodge a mountain, you can dodge a ball.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. They also asked for Mordecai's advice. Like, we found this borough boss that's guarding the stairs. What do we do? And he's like, well, it's easy. You don't fight that boss. You go look for stairs somewhere else because most of them will not be guarded. And Carl's like, man, I don't know. We spent a whole day looking for this and we don't have long left. I don't know that we will find another set of stairs. And this is where he starts going into detail for us on, he's like, I can't give you any information before you fight a boss. Afterwards, I can give you all the information. So he's like, all the bosses will like all have weak points. You got to look for them. What did that the juicer boss and that llama mob have in common? And he's like, they were both drug addicts. No, not that. The other thing.
Good job, Carl.
They had very contentious relationships with the dads, just like me.
But they had these big weak points, and he's like, see, so and I love the note that Donut is still in the corner, looking like she reenacted the final scene from Carrie, like she's just covered in blood still.
She looks like the cat from Pet Sematary.
That movie. Anyway, and I saw that when I was like 10, and it did not leave positive memories in my brain.
Sometimes dead's better.
And so Mordecai's like, all bosses will have a vulnerability, and there will always be hints going in. Look for the clues. For instance, that hoarder boss, her weakness was like the cockroaches coming out of her mouth. If you'd killed one when it was halfway out, she would have choked and died. And I was like, oh, of course. How did we not guess that?
Her weakness is choking.
I think that's most people's weaknesses.
Yeah.
I think if you choke most people, they'll die.
To be fair, if you like open a major artery in most people's necks, they will also die.
They would also die. Yeah, these weak spots are not well thought out.
Mordecai is just he's the loading screen tips where it was just like, turning the game on generally allows you to start the game.
You don't say.
Train your stat to increase your stat.
Never thought to try this. Then Carl starts going through his new achievements, his new loot boxes. He gets 100 enchanted shurikens of bloodlust, which every time you use them on a certain, is it class of monster or type of monster?
I think it's type. I think it was type.
So the damage increase. Yes, monster type. The damage increases by 8% against monsters of that type. And
dude, I thought we were going to do some real min-max like gamifying here, and there is a little bit, but that was a fun little thing that they introduced with the shurikens.
Yeah, and
I like how dumb Carl is with them, where he's just like, "Oh, it's just 8%. No, you dumb shit. Oh my god!" I was so happy that they got used because I'm like, "Yeah, you needed to talk to somebody."
I mean, he does say he's like, "Wait a second."
He did ask. Yeah.
Yes.
And Mordecai he's like, I don't know. Hold on, let me look that up. And he's like, oh, it is compounded. So that could be good.
Yeah, once he knew that they were compounded, he was like, oh, these could be useful. Because if it was just straight up like the same every time, it's like worthless at that point. But they are very weak.
Yes. And he tests one out and it like chips instantly when he tries to use it, and the magic disappears from it as soon as it chips even a little bit. So you cannot get many uses out of them, is what he's figured out.
100 uses.
Yeah, because you can abuse the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, OP as hell. Even this week of it just being 100 uses, OP as hell.
I feel like they use it pretty well.
Yes,
in multiple ways when we get to that point. So
yeah,
well done. But and then he gets his best thing other than his cloak and his shirt. He says, "The enchanted war gauntlet of the exalted Gruul, right-handed." So when he makes a fist, this gauntlet forms over his hand, gives him +3 strength, +1 dexterity, extra iron punch, and powerful strike skill, 2% chance to stun enemy. But also, if you strike an adherent of Gruul, the god Gruul, you have a 1.5% chance to transfigure your target into the deity. Trust me, you don't want to do that. And the even bigger warning, remove this before you jerk off. So there you go.
that was my favorite. That was my favorite.
Pro tip. And he's like, okay, so I need to know, if I'm going to use this, I need to know how to tell if someone worships Gruul. And Mordecai's like, yeah, like equine class creatures, horses, centaurs, a tikbalang, which then I had to go and look up because what the fuck is a tikbalang? Apparently it is from Filipino mythology. And
this is a thing. It's not just a made-up word.
I also thought it was just made up for the joke to just be like, it looks like a horse. You know what a horse is?
It's a bilge snipe.
Apparently it's like a big, buff, bipedal horse creature in Filipino mythology.
So horse bro.
Horse bro.
I will post one of the pictures that Google brought up when I searched for that. And
yeah, most of them that come up are Rule 34. You don't want to see that.
I put that in the wrong chat actually.
Bookmark, save.
But yeah, so like that sort of guy. So that'll be fun if we run into them.
Oh yeah, very World of Warcrafty.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that being a Warcraft race. Now that you say that,
yeah.
Yep,
it looks like the Tauren
horseman.
Mm-hmm. And also, he's like, the biggest tell is that they'll smear themselves in blue makeup and they don't stop talking about wenches and dying gloriously in battle. So I guess watch out for that. And then there's a weird moment where Mordecai is really trying to communicate something to Carl without saying it, and Carl cannot figure out what he's trying to say.
And it's pretty obvious it's a Westworld thing. There are people who are paying to hunt you.
Yep. Paying for the right. For the privilege.
I want to hunt a Tyrannosaurus, only it's like humans, which, okay.
There are no gods here, just those who pay for the privilege. And he's like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a video game anime genre thing. You got to fight God eventually.
And in this case, it's just some rich guy from across the universe.
It's going to be a CEO. You got to fight Tyrannosaurus Bezos.
He bought all of the items, the high-end level items.
I mean, if this was God of War, then you'd be fighting a god every 5 minutes. So
yeah.
And he tries out his new gauntlet, and the chapter ends with him being like, awesome. Like, this is good. And we go to chapter 26, where we've now jumped to 6 hours and 30 minutes until level collapse. And if you recall, you don't want to go down before 6 hours until level collapse, because then they freeze you and delay your start on level 2. So 6 hours is that the magic moment where you can go down and not get penalized.
Yeah, how dare you deprive the audience of entertainment of watching you suffer?
There must be content.
There must be consequences for lack of content.
That's the whole point, right? If there's no content, then what are we doing here?
Just killing people. I mean, that's fun, but...
Are we talking about the show, or are we talking about the book? Oh, never mind.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Yeah.
It was the style at the time.
Mike doesn't know that he's going to get sacrificed at the penalty or at the ultimate, moment of the book.
Oh, I'm waiting for it. I don't want to go into work tomorrow.
Who does? Who does? Not me. Anyway, so we're back at the borough boss just outside, and we're back with the crew from that nursing home, and apparently they've spent the intervening time, like they watched the new episode of Dungeon Crawler World. He had some beer and a steak at Taco Bell, And then, what do we find? Lucia Marr and her Rottweilers run the show again. So was the lady with the magic crossbow. But some new folks, including a group of 150 African soldiers with AK-47s. So I can see how that group would be doing well.
Hell yeah. I'm glad that there is like an army in here. That's fun.
And a bunch of people have found stairwells and they're camping out, just waiting to go down when it's 6 hours. And we are down to 2.5 million people from the 13 that we started with.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love how we keep seeing that girl and her Rottweilers. Like I'm just like, they just keep showing these other characters. And that, what was it? The other girl's got a enchanted crossbow or some shit.
Yeah, she's got, we saw her for the first time in the last section, I think, where she's got like a Valkyrie helmet and an enchanted crossbow or something.
I cannot wait until we meet these characters.
These actual dungeon crawlers as Carl's just fucking around.
Yeah, we got to get all these kids together.
Well, I mean, we've got our other crawlers now. We got Brandon and Chris and Yolanda. So,
they're gonna die. They're red shirts. You know they're red shirts. I mean, I like them well enough. They're gonna die.
I guess spoilers for what we're about to talk about. I am shocked no one died.
Right?
Going into this, I was
sure someone was going to.
One of the brothers. One of the brothers. It's going to be the talking brother. The one that doesn't talk has to now
you leave the quiet ones because now it's sad.
Yeah, and then he has to talk.
I honestly thought the first time I read it, it's like Agatha forces her way in there, and I was like, okay, you're going to die now. Like, why did you do that?
I thought someone was going to die because of her, to try to save her or some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And here I was hoping for homeless grandma with a shotgun that she was going to save the day somehow. So we went in opposite directions on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Weirdly, in the end, her presence does not have much of an effect on anything.
Nope.
The big battle.
Good or bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the roof didn't collapse faster, but whatever.
It seems like the weirdest possible result when you make a big deal about her forcing her way in here, and then like it just doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's a whole big thing. It's okay.
I guess it was a subversion of expectations, because I was sure either someone was going to die or someone was going to pull out some, what do they call it in Civil War? Some fantastic hidden ability that would be very opportune at this moment. Like what the fuck? But it was just doing the work. That was what beat the boss that day. Just doing the work.
To be honest, I think the writer just needed an excuse for Carl to go down a level.
Yeah.
So she's there. She doesn't affect anything other than moving the plot further, faster.
Right.
So we come in after they've been, not that they've put together their plan and they've actually practiced it for hours. And we don't get told the plan ahead of time because then it wouldn't work. And this plan does pretty much work.
Yeah.
But
without really a hitch.
Yeah. Carl uses all of the tools that he stole from the goblins and the tables and like weight equipment that he took from various places, and they come up with this plan to go into this maze thing where the giant rolly ball is, and they build a little bunker to jam it in the slot, basically, because it's in a very tight, confined area. And this boss battle is the Ball of Swine. It is a battle formation of Tusklings, encompassing at least 30 knights and their lady loves.
I was guessing a lot of things for this giant slug mole, worm monster. Giant orgy ball, I was not guessing.
Yeah.
From the beginning. I was actually going to go like grim dark, and I thought it was going to be like a dune worm with a whole bunch of dead crawlers strapped to it or some shit. Because when I saw that there were like writhing bodies in it, I was just like, oh no, how horrible is this thing? And then it was like orgy balls, and I'm like, oh, well, that's fun. I like that. That's fun.
And I also love Tusklings as a name for orcs. That's a fun name.
Yeah. These orcs are the ruling class of the orcish supremacy. And Apparently, the giant ball forms in the middle of an alcohol-fueled, sexually charged orgy of war lust, and sometimes. So, okay, not every time does the ball form, but that's how it forms.
It's like orgy rat king made of orcs.
It is a rat king.
It is a rat king. It also might be a reference to that one horror movie from the 80s, Society. Is that what it was called? I think. Where they form a blob thing at the end at the big high society part. I forget how that fucking is, but it's something like that. So that's what my mind immediately to, because I was just like, this feels like a very obscure reference that I'm missing.
The description says that this ball was plucked directly from the Tuskling High Caucus moments after it was formed, and transferred here to the dungeon for your entertainment. So, I don't know if that's just flavor, or if we're being literal that they took some real guys from somewhere in the universe and just chucked them in here.
I suppose it was actually they took them from somewhere in the universe, judging by what happens very soon.
Which, I mean, seems even more horrible because, like, these are not creatures that you created for the dungeon. They're not crawlers who've agreed to be here. These are people who are apparently doing their thing up in the orcish whatever, and then you're like, come in here, and we're gonna get you killed.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Or maybe they paid to be here.
Well, I guess it's possible. If so,
and they did a big orgy party, and they're like, "It's going to be great. We're going to kill a bunch of people," and I guess they unfuse eventually. So fun weekend, murder ball.
So yeah, giant orc pig ball orgy. Probably not on most people's bingo card before we got it.
No, didn't guess that.
Do you think when Cypher made the deal in the first Matrix movie, and he was eating the steak, that this was one of the choices of stuff that he could do? Like, can I be in an orgy ball and fight Neo?
I've always liked the theory that Cypher was Ronald Reagan.
I have never heard this theory.
What?
I must now read so much about this theory.
No, I want Data to tell me what. Tell me this theory.
Basically, because he asks to be put back in the Matrix, but be made somebody that's like,
like an
powerful. Actor. He's like, I want to be famous like an actor or something. And is that true? Hold on. This post actually says that when he says I want to be like an actor or something, Smith responds, "Whatever you want, Mr. Reagan."
Oh, right, because that was probably what his real name was, like his real last name when he was in the Matrix or something. So they say Mr. Reagan, and so people take that as he's Ronald Reagan in the Matrix.
Well, because that they put him back in, they made him a rich, famous, powerful person just like he wanted, which Ronald Reagan was an actor and then a politician and whatever.
And I guess the joke on him would be that they put him into a body where he has like a degenerative disease. Because that is something that the fucking machines would do.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I would imagine the deal that he's making was a total pause situation.
But that's like a fan theory that I heard a long time ago, I guess. Although Joe Pantoliano, who plays the character, says that was actually a reference to his own personal life because he's an actor. So like they would have brought him back in the Matrix and made him himself. So they go in and they set up their little readout. And Agatha, they have to include Agatha now, which they had not planned for, which means they don't have enough room for all the poles that are supposed to be in here. But basically, the thing goes off without a hitch. They assemble this thing. They've got it down to like 40 seconds to assemble it all together, what Brandon calls a speed bump. And we even find out, like, Carl spent a long time watching the thing to figure out just how to stop it. Like, he thought about setting up a wall, but then he saw it, like, bounce directly off a wall and keep its speed. So he's like, okay, that won't work. We gotta... They come up with this idea to jam it up. And this really is like the A-Team montage moment, which Donut even says like, it's like something they do on the A-Team or MacGyver. And this is absolutely the moment where it's like, there's the music playing and the A-Team is like assembling some weird vehicle.
Yep.
I'm not like younger than the writer of this. I did not go to A-Team because I'm not an A-Team guy. I just thought, oh, look, they're doing a Fortnite.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of a little bit Fortnite. Yep.
Yeah, just building. That's a Fortnite.
Yeah, and their plan, the thing that the plan reminds me of, the scene from Dark Knight when he jams the tumbler underneath the dump truck and just shoves it into the fucking ceiling
Oh yeah.
of the overpass that they're going under. So that's what I immediately thought, because I was trying to conceptualize, like, in my head, like, okay, what are they doing? And then it's like they want to jam them and get them to stop and then hit them into like the ceiling so they lose momentum. And I was like, oh, that's like the only touchstone I had for that kind of plan. It's like, because that stopped it instantly in the movie. So
It's true. I also I watched the A-Team a lot as a kid. It was on like USA or something, and I would watch a lot of it. So very classic for me. But I also Donut is like, oh, this is like A-Team or MacGyver. You know, the real MacGyver with the hair and the Stargate, not that horrible remake. And Chris, the non-speaking brother, speaks for like the first time. And is like, I like that show. He's like, oh, which one? A-Team, MacGyver? Or do you mean the remake? Please tell me you don't mean the remake. And he never answers. I didn't watch it. I never watched original MacGyver or the remake for that matter. So
this is how I learned there was a remake of MacGyver.
There was indeed. I heard a lot of talk about it before it came out, and then after it came out, I heard almost nothing.
Yeah, it tells you everything.
It's why they killed Havoc in Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, he was in it? Was he MacGyver?
Yeah, he was MacGyver.
Really?
Yeah, they did that kind of longish, like, blonde hair, and, like, you know, he was tall and he was like the same build as, like, what's his face from the original. I was like, that's why he was MacGyver.
I mean, he didn't have to look like what's his face from the original.
I
like
think
Kathy Bates is Matlock now, right?
That's true. Yeah,
yeah, but they were looking for like everything. They were trying to recreate the entirety of like the original show, which I get it.
His name is Richard Dean Anderson, by the way.
That's his name.
Which
that guy.
As I was a big Stargate SG-1 fan, I know him much better from there than, but you know, everyone knows he's MacGyver. Apparently, the reboot went for 5 seasons, so I guess it must have been okay.
Yeah, it was not a failure. Yeah, you know,
it's kind of like the Lethal Weapon show where you're like, that's not going to work. And then you find out it went for like 3 years, and you're like, what?
And it was actually like decent, apparently, too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's another one. I heard about Lethal Weapon when it was about to come out, and then never another word after it was out.
Yeah. The world's really different than the one we grew up in. There's like, no one watches network TV and talks about network TV. You find out something existed like 10 years ago, and you're like, whoa, when did that come out? I heard nothing.
When you realize the CSI shows like went into like their like 23rd season, and you're just like, that is still on? Like, what the fuck?
I just brought up MacGyver on Wikipedia. Apparently, Henry Winkler was one of the executive producers of that original series.
Yes, he was.
It was Glad Fonzie is getting work.
It was one of his first producer things. I remember him talking about that. Anyway, I had a random memory from when I was watching SG-1. I created one of those combined couple names for Teal'c and O'Neill on the show. I always called them Tequila O'Neill. Because that makes...
That's good.
It's because I'm stupid.
You idiot.
Because I'm stupid.
Back to
the show.
I love the reference back where Carl like, yeah, my knee pad has that thing that cancels out momentum-based attacks, but I'm not going to stand in front of the giant ball of death and see if that works. So, good call,
Smart.
probably.
Because it probably wouldn't be counted as an attack, but some kind of locomotion.
Yeah. It's or it's like an attack, but it doesn't have the momentum attribute on it, even though it's like you would have died probably. It's fine.
Cancels the momentum. Weight of a swine thing kills you.
Right.
Some bullshit. This whole dungeon is like rigged against you. So smart call to not test it.
You see, there's your problem. You assumed that it was a momentum-based attack. Actually, being crushed by a giant ball, piercing damage. It's a classic rookie mistake.
It depends on what part of the ball you got hit by. If you got hit by like the big strap-on dildo part, it was piercing damage. I'm sorry.
Penetration damage.
Yeah. But yeah, they not only do they build this thing to jam the ball up, they've used those stars to make like some spike strips that they can lay down on the ground so the thing will roll over them and start taking damage.
I'm so glad we got to the spike strips. I think turning the shurikens into spike strips was very inspired. That actually, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's fun.
Yep, agreed. And then they took some chin-up bars and put 3 spike things on the end of those so that when they finally jam the thing up, they can reach out and just like poke it with 3 at once repeatedly.
Ninja star spears, love it.
Yeah, when he's like, I thought maybe if I put 3 of them together, they'd be less likely to take damage and break than if it was just one.
It's a video game, bro. It don't matter. I mean, it's doing triple damage at that point, I guess.
That's true. Yeah. And we did at one point get Brandon, the talking brother, being like, you're way underestimating this 8% increase. Like, if you can hit them 200 times, that's like millions of points of damage. He's like, yeah, but we're not going to hit them 200 times. They break super easily. But that doesn't stop them from, they get the thing trapped just like they planned. They poke it with the sticks, and eventually it says the ball just pops like a balloon. And these male orcs Tusklings is what they're called. They're from the Orcish supremacy. Wearing tuxedos, and female Tusklings in formal gowns just start falling out of the sky.
I thought they were going to immediately go back to having sex and not even even notice that anything happened.
I mean, maybe if we'd given them time to figure out what the hell was going on, they might have. Who knows? But it's like they're all like woozy and not sure where they are, what's going on. And meanwhile, the crawlers just start slaughtering them wholesale. Brandon has his giant hammer that shoots lightning out of it that he starts like bashing people. And his brother has a magical spear it's like a spell that he casts to create the weapon. And Donut's throwing magic missiles. We're just taking them out. The Tuskling Knights are level 4. The women are level 5. The courtesans is what they're called. And not only are they wearing like these gowns, but he notices like there's also some BDSM sort of stuff involved in their outfits. And then the final one is the level 8 Tuskling Dominatrix. And that's the one that eventually drops the map or whatever when they kill them all off. But they really do just kind of tear through them, and then it's like, oh, winners! And our crew wins, and everybody's happy, except for all those dead Tusklings.
Screw 'em. They were red on the map.
Oh, and Agatha, her shopping cart wouldn't fit in the little bunker, so Carl picked up and put it in his inventory, and she spent the entire fight screaming at him to give it back.
You know what that means, though, right?
What?
There's something in that shopping cart that's now in his inventory because it was put in.
Well, when he gives it back, she kind of checks it, like her IKEA bag, her pink flamingo, and she's like, okay, it all looks like it's here.
There's still something. There's still
something there that she didn't know was there.
Why do all of this song and dance otherwise? There's something that's not in there that's now in his inventory, or vice versa. But I think it's something in his inventory.
And we're going to do a reveal later that he's she had some. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they've been keep making the point of what is the deal with her. She hasn't done the tutorial. She gained a level, and now she's up to level 4. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, she gets up to level 4 just for being present during the boss fight. She didn't do anything.
Yeah. Wasn't really part of the team either.
No, yeah. But, there's a fair amount of focus on her, given that she didn't do anything, and overall doesn't seem to have any effect on the battle. Like you said, she hasn't gone through the tutorial. She can't use her inventory. When he tries to tell us, like, you could just put this stuff in your inventory, and you don't have to push the cart around, and no one can steal it from you. But, no, she can't. And what they get for beating the borough boss is the borough field guide that shows you the whole area and tells you what kind of mobs are in each different section. Like, he looks on the map, and there's one section that's level 2 to 5 axe beaks, which there's a D&D monster. I've seen those. And there's a discussion about, like, isn't it weird how these aliens from another planet are wearing tuxedos like we have on Earth? And Brandon's like, oh yeah, I talked to our guild master, Mistress Tiatha, because we fought these fire-breathing monkeys wearing lederhosen. And yeah, she says that like they seeded our world millions of years ago, and then they keep people around to just sort of direct culture in certain ways, inventing particular stuff or songs or stories that are part of the greater like galactic culture.
In my science class, I made this device where I could slide in between dimensions, and there's one constant between them all. They all have lederhosen.
There's in Babylon 5, there's a joke about how like every sentient species in the galaxy has developed this one food item, and it's called different things on different planets, but everyone has it. And it's like, what is the significance of this? We don't know. And on Earth, they are called Swedish meatballs.
We like round meats.
Yeah, everyone likes round meat.
It goes right into the mouth.
Everybody
Easy.
loves balls. Come on. I mean, that's the theme of this whole episode. I mean,
Yeah, there was a giant swine meatball.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to start naming the episodes just so this one can be called "Everybody Loves Balls."
Everybody loves balls.
Big meaty balls.
I mean, last time was gonna be what was the last one? Bitches don't get rewards or whatever.
Bitches don't get rewards. That's right.
I wonder if they allow profanity in episode names.
Witches don't get rewards because we're in Halloween time, baby.
So if you dress as a witch, you don't get candy at Halloween?
No.
Kind of mean.
You get apples.
So Carl and Donut have a private conversation about like, I mean, it's time to go down to the next floor. What do we do about like these people? Do we keep trying to help them? And Donut's like, come on, Carl. How is it that I know what you're going to do before even you do? And he's just like, damn it. You're right. What was the point in living if I couldn't live with myself?
The living, Carl, the living.
Yeah, you get to live. So what's not to like about that?
They decide like we don't have to party up with these guys, but we can help them down to the third floor. We go down, we find some stairs, we help facilitate them getting from these stairs to those stairs, and then we're out. Which, in this case, I bet all of them would go down those stairs early because that was their whole point. Was if they make it down to the third floor, some of these old folks can get like new races or class or whatever that might actually let them fend for themselves a bit.
But they're still going to be level 1s.
That's true. But
like, I don't
people
see
in the party get a
here.
share of the XP. So, if you just let them be in the party and get some of the XP when you're fighting, then you might level them up a little bit.
It's a bad scene, man. I don't see this going well.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not wrong. And so they tell Brandon, we're going to go down, we're going to find the nearest safe room, we're going to clear a safe path from the bottom of the stairs to the safe room, okay? And you guys can get your people down. And Brandon thanks them, including Donut, gives her a little pet, and asks, can you guys try to find Agatha? She's already gone down the stairs. It's like, she's a crazy asshole, but she's our crazy asshole, And so Donut and Carl head down while the folks, the rest of them start getting the old people to start moving them down the stairs.
I don't know what happened to Agatha, guys. There was a giant gauntlet-shaped hole in her chest, when I found her. Like,
yeah, it was like that when I got here.
When I got there, there was nothing I could do. I was like, God damn it, I'll miss her.
Don't worry about the new like player killer skull over my head. It's fine.
Yeah, that was another guy.
You guys like this card I got?
She had Cheetos.
You said cart. I thought you said card. I was like, what does a card have to do with anything? Okay, it's like it's got a pink flamingo in it.
I have a social security card here. Anybody want it?
They're currently running a Kickstarter for volumes 2 and 3 in a special limited edition printing of these books. And as part of that, they have pins that are supposed to look like the player killer skulls that people get when they kill another crawler. And so I think I'm going to get one of these pins at the very least. I don't think I'm going to get the special edition books. But
is there official art for the for all of like the symbols that they mention throughout the game? Like, is there like an official like is there an illustrated version of these books that have like the art in them? Or
these new limited edition ones do have illustrations in them, but I think as far as I know, that is the only. But I will show you what the pins look like. I won't show you the covers with the illustrations of the other books. That could potentially be spoilery.
Be spoilers. Gotcha.
Yeah. Let me. And they're going to do these pins in a variety of sizes. I'm trying to decide what size I need. But
oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Very dramatic.
Everybody at home, you're missing this, but they're pretty cool pins.
I missed out on the Kickstarter campaign for the first special edition book, so I'm like, I'm not going to jump in on 2 and 3.
Nice.
I do have signed first edition first printings of all of these books. Well, the first hardcover printing, but
Also nice.
yeah.
I love how the asshole crafter in me is like looking at this and just being like, I could make that. I could make that easy.
They're also doing like a series of little standees, polymer or whatever standees so that you could use with the tabletop RPG or something.
Nice.
So that'll be fun too. But I like this. Hold on, I'm going to show you the donut at least because that's.
I'm
that's
sure this is riveting for everybody at home.
Yeah. Maybe go check out the Kickstarter campaign. That's the upshot here. Oh, and the Goblin Murder Dozer is one of these standees. I'll show you guys both of these. These are fun.
Okay, that is the first image of Donut where I really think that's what Donut looks like in my head. That's pretty good. I like that. The Murder Dozer is adorable. I actually really I love the pot on his head, and I love the pineapples.
Yeah, I gotta have the pineapples.
They are super cute. These are fun. These are fun looking.
Anyway, sorry. Back to we're almost done with these chapters, and it's easy to get sidetracked. So they get to the bottom of the stairs, and there's another one of those doors with the giant fish person carving in it. And it's like, okay, it's time to go through. And then all of a sudden, poof, they are not in the dungeon. They're in a plush room with a door and a sofa and like thick, nice carpet. And there's even some snacks. There's a fruit basket and some cat food. And Carl's like, what the fuck is going on? Donut, on the other hand, is instantly like, oh my gosh, Carl, it's happening. It's really happening. And a woman comes in, human, but not quite like Earth human.
High gravity world human.
Yeah. She's like squished.
Yeah, very thin, or not very short, but like super thin. It's almost elf-like, it says. And she says, hello, Carl, and your majesty, Princess Donut. My name is Lexus, and I'm an associate producer for the program Dungeon Crawler After Hours with Odette. She wants to interview you two on air regarding your progress. And Donut is super excited, and that's the end of part 1, end of floor 1, and end of our reading for this time.
The podcast of the show on the podcast of the show.
I don't think it's a podcast. Maybe it is.
It's definitely a green room for like a TV show.
Yeah, it feels green roomy to me, right? So anyway.
I love that reveal at the end. I was like, oh shit, getting into the good shit.
Oh, and actually, in the campaign, I'm sorry, I'm back at this, but they had a picture from the first book, one of the illustrations that was added to that book, which is the Ball of Swine fight.
Nice.
Ha!
Oh, I love it.
They're not wearing tuxedos though. These are all like gimp harnesses and stuff happening here.
Yeah, they're all in BDSM gear.
But still cool. Anyway.
That's funny.
Man, they make Carl into a beefcake. I always picture him. I always picture him to be a bit schlubby. I know he's like former Coast Guard and everything, but like,
yeah, he's tall and he's built, but he's not like in super great shape.
Yeah. I don't want to see him as Jack Reacher. I'm like,
I think this is them doing a bit of like a Doc Savage kind of rendition of everything, so it is a little bit more heightened.
Yeah, the actual Carl standee that they put on here is kind of he's definitely not that muscular in this image of him. He looks we'll just, while we're on the subject, we'll do that too. But yeah, there's what the standee of Carl looks like.
That's closer to what I think he looks like. Yeah. Love it.
But anyway, so
that's cute.
That is the section that we read. For next time, we are gonna do 5 chapters, 28 through 32.
5 chapterinos.
So we're going to move down to floor 2. We're going to have an interview with this Odette person. Let's do some predictions. What do you guys think for next time? For long term, now that we know we're done with floor 1, we're moving down to floor 2. What kind of stuff do you think we're going to see?
Well, I think because there was a line earlier about how there's been people here that have been planted here from the before time when these worlds were seeded. I think that's what Agatha is. I think she's here to witness and to steer things. In fact, she may even be Odette. Like, I'm not sure. But that's one of my predictions. If Agatha is not Odette, she's at least one of these Watcher people that someone postulated earlier on.
It was Mordecai who said that there were people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think it was either because he was about to talk about the syndicate, and then he stopped himself, and then he was just like, "There are people who have been here forever to make sure that certain things in your culture happen." It was very Reaper's
Oh no,
No,
Predictions.
no,
that
it
was
was
Brandon at the end.
yeah, it was
Oh, that
the
was
guy
Brandon.
talking about his other
Yeah, his
Yeah.
game guide, Mistress Tiatha, said that
Tiatha.
they
Okay.
direct the culture
Okay,
in
so we
certain
heard
ways.
from a different one. Okay, but yeah, they seem to make sure that these civilizations go down a certain path so that it's like predictable, like where they'll end up. That I guess
And
for
that's Agatha for
other
you?
entertainment. Agatha for me, she's a watcher. That's why she hasn't gone through the tutorial. It's why she's very protective of her shit. They talked about how she was this crazy old lady who hung out near the home that they were at, and she set the fire that got everybody to go down here. I think she's steering, so I get that feeling off of Agatha. And anything past that, I got nothing. We have just been thrown such a curveball. I got nothing past that.
I like this idea that she's somehow Odette. They're gonna walk out onto stage for this interview, and it's gonna be Agatha standing there. How flabbergasted would Carl be at that point?
I mean, it may not be apparent at first, or it may be a reveal. I don't know, but like we already know that they can dog anything into anything else. It may be a later reveal. That's my fan theory right now.
I like it.
I like the idea of her being Odette, and it's like going out to an Eric Andre fucking like appearance, and her desk is the shopping cart full of garbage.
The Pink Flamingos like co-host.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like embedded reporter, but yeah, Eric Andre is actually Eric Andre actually is a better metaphor there for what she is, because she's actually there to be kind of a stick in the mud and also a spanner in the works sometimes, but she's not there to help or to interfere too much. And that got me as like, I was like, embedded reporter, and then now we have a person doing an interview. That's what Agatha is. So that was where I made the connection there.
All right, that's a fun like
Yeah.
I don't have anything like that where I'm like for like the next couple of chapters we're reading, I'm looking forward to actually getting more information about what the outer universe is like, because everything's been so insular. So I'm like, yeah, they're going to get interviewed by Odette and whatever, but I want to know more about like what are all these aliens like? What's the society like? I'm just excited for that stuff. Where I'm just like, I want. I know. We just got through a bunch of action stuff, so now it's time for a bunch of lore to get dumped, and I'm here for the lore now.
Yeah, it could be our first peek into like the wider universe. That's a fair point.
What are their politics? Who's in charge? Who's the emperor of the universe, or CEO, as it would be? But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for all that. And if I had to do a guess off of like what all of that is, and I don't think this is going to happen in the next 5 chapters, but maybe in the big one, we need a big arc villain, and Odette is going to be our way to get the first hint of who that is, the CEO or the vice president of the company or whoever, maybe they're trying to do like some kind of hostile takeover of the network, or the game show itself is on the chopping block, like maybe like Zaslav did with Warner Brothers recently, where you get a few good projects in, you get a good year, and then it's like try to sell it to the highest bidder. So go real corporate, or maybe there's a hostile takeover that's happening in the middle of I have no idea, but if I'm just guessing, we're gonna get some corporate shenanigans, because you need to put some faces to these people, and you want to eventually see Carl punch those faces off.
Sure, that is a thing that he does.
It's going to be very Hunger Gamesy.
Oh, most def. Oh, most def.
So
like we're gonna have our big big whatever like reveal where you're on fire, except it's Carl and he has no pants. So
I'm trying to figure out what the equivalent would be if you're on fire, but it's like with no pants. It's like your penis is hanging out. I don't think that's a.
He's going commando. He's not actually. That's no underwear.
Here he is, the commando himself. No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Free bowling.
Carl, the free baller. Back to our love of giant balls. Good night, everybody.
So we know that Odette's associate producer here is human. Do you think that means that Odette could be human, or is she going to be, some alien we haven't met? Well, I guess we haven't really met many aliens. We met the Tusklings, if they really are aliens.
Yeah, I think that Odette's going to look human. I think she's just going to change to whatever species she's talking to make it easier on them, because she's a reporter. She's a talk show host.
That would make sense. Sure.
I think the funniest joke here to pull is to have Odette be a cat, just straight up be a cat, and
that's why she wants Donut on her show. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, then her and Donut hit it off so well, famously,
and the reason it's kind of in line with what you were saying. It's going to choose the race, that's going to correspond. But the funny thing here is that she's the party leader, so she would be the one that she would be mirroring race wise. So that's why I'm like, it would be funnier if she was a cat, and Carl would be like, "Does anybody here have pants for me?"
I will have to say, as someone with cats, two cats meeting for the first time never get on well. Cats have to fight out who's going to be in charge before they can get along, and doesn't usually go well. No, I like Tim's idea that it's just like she's going to be whatever race she's interviewing. She'll look human, and then the interview will end, and she'll turn into like giant crab creature or something. That could be great.
And then they scream, and they're like, ah.
They obviously have the technology to do that, to change people to different, races and classes. So it just works better when she's interviewing these provincial like game show people to just look like a form that they expect.
You don't want to freak them out too much right off the bat. Sure.
Yeah, they're coming out to do an interview, and if they're just screaming and pissing themselves, it's not much of an interview.
True, like, anytime that the book kind of veers into the type of humor that's like kind of like Matt Groening, like Futurama, I really dig anytime we go into that. That's I'm hoping for something wacky to fucking come behind that curtain when we go back there.
Okay. We've got the two extremes. Somebody who'll look as normal as possible to them, and just like something real out there, like Morbo shows up, and it's like, I will destroy you.
Look, it's that ancient Greek myth, right? It's like, look, there's two doors. Behind one is a woman. Behind the other is a cat. Which is it? You at home decide.
We're waiting while you decide. Just go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Take your time.
We'll be here for a while.
Look, we're gonna look at more pictures of rewards for Kickstarters and stuff. You guys at home, you just you play amongst yourselves. Contemplate, think about your lives. Think about it. You're listening to a podcast about a book. You could have listened to an audiobook or read a book, but you're listening to us. Have you thought about your life choices?
Don't discourage the listeners.
I'm not discouraging. I'm just having
You've made amazing life choices. Whoever you are, whatever brought you here, all of your choices have been correct.
The best choices. Don't listen to Mike.
On that note, let's move. We have a few emails.
Say it was bad.
We have a few emails from listeners, and
we do.
Let's go into that. Yeah,
cool. We have 3.
That is correct. The first one is from Jason, who it looks like is in Texas, which is where I am.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
My goodness,
it's a big state, but Anyway, there's a couple of things in here specifically for me, so I'm not gonna that would constitute spoilers. So I'll kind of talk around that. But Jason,
dear Data, I love you. This is my address.
I mean,
send me pictures of your feet.
It does start out here with Data. Listening to the first episode, you never cease to impress. Appreciate that. I was sad when they dropped the whole homeless person with a shopping cart thing in their predictions. I think that Jason was hoping that would be a surprise, and you guys called it almost immediately that we would see a homeless person with a shopping
You're
cart.
welcome, Jason.
It's a fun idea. I'm glad it happened.
Yeah. Hobo with a shotgun. Look, if you put a hobo with a shotgun in anything, I'm happy. So, just food for thought there.
If Matt Dinneman, if you're listening, and if you haven't done it in the first 7 or 8 books, get that hobo with a shotgun in there.
Hobo
Or Mecha Grandma. I'm still holding out hope for Mecha Grandma, man. I feel it in my bones.
Lastly, I can't wait for them to get to the quote you named the podcast after. It'll be fun.
Is that
Jason.
in this book? Is that the first book?
No, it will not be in this book.
Yeah, me and Tim were talking about that. It's like, when are we going? It's like, is that like book 8? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about, like, is it a guy just named Jesus, or is
do
it
we
like
meet
literally
an
Jesus?
Like,
is Jesus an alien?
Is he one of the Watchers? Oh no!
Yeah, he was like guiding, all of culture.
You guys are going to be waiting forever for Jesus to show up. It'll be great.
It is Jesus.
On that topic, Robert is the second email, and the title is "Howdy, quick question for the podcast. Do your co-hosts know what the title of the podcast is from? If not, I'm curious what other titles you were considering, because if any funny out-of-context line were up for grabs, my thought was, the quote is, I need a baby seal.
We're going to club somebody.
I will say that, yes, I told them when we started that it is a quote from somewhere in these books. That is the amount of information that they have on it. And I've just, as you guys heard, revealed that it is not in book 1. So that is the most they have. I will say I did consider a few other just like random popular quotes. Let me think.
I want them to go to a club called Club Seal, and it's just a bunch of seal dancers and like techno music. Like
I mentioned before that Kill 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 was one of the ones that I considered, but that seemed a little bit
aggressive. Yeah,
a
little violent.
The baby seal thing I did briefly consider. Not it didn't make like my top cut of possibilities. I'm trying to think. There were a couple of other ones, but I think my top 2 in the end were this one and the Kill Kill Kill. As I was looking through, I was like Googling popular dungeon crawler Carl quotes on my last reread. I was looking out for like what would be a fun name, because at that point I was just kind of half thinking like I could totally do that. We could do that, but do I have time to do something like that? Probably not. And then I got to the end of that reread and I was kind of like, kind of want to though. So yeah, I was kind of half thinking about it during that last time I went through. Bitches don't get rewards. That should have been a consideration.
Yeah. Good question. Nice jobby, Bobby.
But yes, so that's the answer to that one. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate that. And the last one is from K, just the letter K is how it's signed. It says, "Hello, podcast crew. Thank you so much for starting up this Dungeon Crawler Carl New Reader Experience podcast. I found out about you guys from the Sanderlanche podcast, and therefore I am already familiar with Data and his style. I have read all of these books and could jump straight in. I'm delighted that you guys are just as fun to listen to as the others. New achievement. You are the first DCC podcast I've listened to, and probably the bestest there is. In return, I've attached proof that you guys have received a 5-star rating on Pocket Casts. The first one there, it seems. Best regards from K." So, thank you.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate that.
And I loved you in Men in Black.
Yeah, they got you look a lot like Tommy Lee Jones. It's a compliment. Really,
I like that was just fan mail. There was no question. It was just fan mail.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, thanks, Kay.
That warms the cockles of our heart.
Yeah,
we need to figure out something like on the Sanderlanche, like Kay mentioned. We have something to encourage people to leave 5-star reviews, and then send in a screenshot of it where Joe will assign them like a magic power from one of the books that we read if they leave 5-star reviews. We need to come up with something like that for this. I'm not sure.
I know
a loot box.
Oh, that's a good idea too. I was going to say we come up with achievements like the achievements in the book,
just like Kay did just now when they gave us a new achievement.
Unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Well,
Good
now
job,
we have
Kay.
to think of one.
Oh, for every episode?
No, I mean for like if someone sends in a 5-star review, they have
Yeah.
to get something for it. So
Okay.
we have to think of an achievement for Kay for sending us the 5-star review.
You got big balls.
That's
a good achievement.
Oh, but yeah, based on the quote or the theme that we've had for the episode, that's a good call. Okay, hold on. I was just like, why are you talking about somebody's balls? That might be a woman. You don't know.
I love that Tim completely cut out. He is cackling in the background. We can't hear any of it because he is laughing so I can hear him across the fucking apartment. Like, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. I keep...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No one can know.
Shut the fuck up.
I love how he just thought I was just mentioning balls for no reason. Like, what have you been talking about this whole time? Also, you know me. You know I just do these things.
Okay, this is perfect because from now on, whenever somebody sends in a 5-star review, Mike is going to give you an achievement that is just the first thing that pops out of his head like that. So, Kay, you get the big balls achievement for being the first 5-star review that we received.
Achievement unlocked. Kay, you've got some big balls.
So if anyone wants to leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you like, just send a picture of it to our email address, which is dgmj@mail.com. Send us a screenshot there, and Mike will award you an achievement that is whatever random shit comes out of his mouth.
I'll make a personalized one for each 5-star review. You put it in, you'll get one.
Big Swedish balls.
Yeah.
For you, Kay.
And you know what? For Robert, I said the name of yours earlier. Good jobby, Bobby. There's a lot of good Bobs in the world. You're the best.
He didn't send no email picture, though. He gave no 5-star.
He
gets
did not.
nothing.
So
try again, Bobby.
You know what, Bobby? You got a quest now. Complete your quest.
Oh,
5-star review.
I haven't seen anything like that in the dungeon, like a quest giver with an exclamation point over their head.
Yeah. There's none of that yet.
We need that.
There probably will be. There's so much video game in this.
There is. It's true.
You ran up to this podcast. We had a big old spotlight and an exclamation mark above our head. We got shit for you to do.
5-star. 5-star. Do it. Do
5 stars.
Do it.
And you'll get an achievement.
I'm gonna have to if I still haven't been able to access the Instagram that I opened for us. I'm gonna have to open a new one or something. I don't know. But once I'm in there, I'm gonna have to start making images of these achievements to put into our Instagram when the episode comes out of whoever got an achievement in the episode. Here you go. That'll be amazing.
Big balls.
Yeah.
You got big balls, Kay. Good job.
So thank you guys for your emails. Clearly, that took us in some incredible directions here. Always fun. Appreciate it. Like I said, if anyone wants to send in an email, dgmj@mail.com. You can also find us on Facebook. And hopefully, by the time you hear this Instagram, we'll see. Remember, we are doing 5 chapters for next time. So that's 28 through 32. If you're reading along with us, those are the chapters to read. We're starting into part 2. And at this point, we're 52% of the way through this book. So we're right about on the halfway mark. We're going to get half the book was floor 1. Maybe half the book will be floor 2. Maybe we'll end up on floor 4 by the end of this. Who knows? I feel like we'd be really giving short shrift to those floors if we went through like 3 more floors this book. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah. But I also feel like eventually this is going to speed up, because you can only do things for the first time so many times.
I will say that rumor, and I'm not sure how accurate it is, word on the street is that this series will be about 10 books.
Okay.
So if the series goes through all 18 floors and doesn't take like a right turn at some point, it will have to be more than 1 floor at a time for at least some books. But anyway. So we appreciate you all. Thank you, emailers. Thank you, people who have shown up every other week to listen to our complete insanity.
Yes.
We appreciate you a lot.
We love you. Wash your ass.
5-star review, Bobby.
And I will leave you with our Mordecai advice of the week. Keep working on your dodge skill, everybody. Once it hits 5, it'll be much easier.
And big balls.
And big balls. And bitches don't get rewards. and whatever other crazy stuff that we've said.
Bitchin'.
Stay safe out there, crawlers. And then Tim types big balls with a W into the chat. Yep. That's the place to end this.
You know what? Just to help Dak out, then yeah, Dak wrote a one shot for Daredevil for the what are they called? Scyther Media, or the Scyther audio dramas, and I did a voice in that, and I think yes, Dak did a voice as well in that. So if you guys want to go over and watch that, it should be out by the time this is out. So, yay.